Hello everybody, welcome to another creative journal slash traveler's notebook scrapbooking process. As per usual, I'm using an older collection because that's what I'm kind of doing in these notebooks, is to use up all the scrapbooking products that I have hoarded over the years. So this is going to be with Paige Evans' Turn the Page collection, which I'm going to date to 2018 or 17? 18, I don't know, but you know, old enough. I found in my box of Turn the Page stuff this star shape, which I think was the negative of a cut file I'd used with this collection a long time ago, and I thought I would use that to stencil a big star on my pages as a big focal point. But to balance out that big focal point, I thought I would add the colour at another point on the pages as well. So I found that wavy scrap of paper. It has like lovely little quotes going in that wave shape. I thought I would add that slightly further in on the left hand page and then have the green on the other side of that. As I said, to balance out the colour of the big star focal point, I'm using Distress Oxide in Cracked Pistachio, I think, and that came out as a really nice solid star shape. So I was really pleased with that, and I think balancing it out as I did works as well. And I'm just looking at my Distress swatches there to figure out what other colour to use, and I think I settled on Scattered Straw. Greens and yellows, not my usual colour palette, but I thought they would contrast nicely. The picture is of my nieces and nephews and my niece's friend at an ice hockey game, and they are all wearing the orange of the Sheffield Steelers, and I thought, you know, the green and the yellow, as I said, would contrast nicely against the bright orange that they're wearing. But I wanted to add a little more fun to the pages, so I'm going to do splatters all over the place using Cracked Pistachio again, this time in the Distress Oxide spray. And then I needed another bright colour, and I didn't really have a very yellow spray that would work, so I decided to go with the orange that they're wearing. And this is Heidi Swap Colour Shine, which is now discontinued, so you will have trouble finding it, but the colour is mustard. Those took a long time to dry. I did accidentally smudge some at the top there with my hand, so I'm going to cover that up because I don't know, the splatters looked better when they were more round. The smudged ones kind of messed it up a little bit. I'm not usually fussy about that kind of thing, but it was really annoying me on that day. To make the star stand out a little bit, I decided to go around it, not with a faux stitched border that I usually do, but I just did little dots the whole way round, and I did it around the wavy line paper as well. To back my photo, I was looking at the sort of pocket pages, journal cards, project life kit, whatever, to find a nice card to back it on, and I chose that one with the geometric shapes and the banner on it. And what I'm going to do is, after putting yellow around the picture itself, I'm going to cut around it so you still have the banner. Having the whole 4x6 piece was going to be too big for the page, but I'm going to cut around, as I said, the banner shape, have a little bit of the geometric sticking out from behind the photo, and there we go. And I think the banner helps kind of, it lends to the sort of sporty fun feel of the pages. Then I was having a little look through the journal cards for a 3x4 card that I thought would work for a little journaling spot. Usually on these things I will just journal in the white spaces of the page, but because I'd added those splatters all around, it was going to make the journaling a little bit difficult, especially with the Heidi Swap Colour Shine, because it does have a slightly stickiness to it when it's dry, and writing over it was just going to be our problem, so I decided to find a journaling spot instead. The card had some pretty cups and saucers and stuff at the bottom, which didn't work at all, so I've just cut that off. I found these stars was something I fussy cut from one of the pages a long time ago for a project, so they were ready to go, and I thought worked really nicely with the big star in the background. And I'm going to go around the edges of those with either the Scattered Straw or the Cracked Pistachio, depending on which colour would stand out better on the colour of the star. I really wanted to put something in that banner, like a little word or a phrase or something, and I went to my roller stamps because I've kind of made a little pledge to myself to start using my roller stamps more often, because I tend to just use the date one and forget about all the other ones, but I shouldn't have used them. You'll see when I do it, but they're a bit too small. They look a bit lost on that banner shape, and I do kind of fix it by adding some extra stickers and stuff, but it wasn't the right time for the roller stamp here. So, you know, sometimes even if you've told yourself you need to use a product or an item, it's not necessarily going to be the right item for that project. I need to be better at remembering that. But as I said, I filled up the space with some hearts and stars, and that looks a bit better. I've added some strips of washi and things. This is like a washi sticker booklet from that collection, and a little thing that says like you're a star or something, just some little areas of interest around the photo itself. And then I'm going around the whole thing again around the edges with those little dots around the page with a Pigma micro, and it just finishes off the pages nicely. I think gives them a bit of a sense of completion, but I still wasn't happy. I think I'm not good at white space. I've said this before, it's something I really struggle with. I always just want to fill up everything, and I felt like I needed a title or a big quote or something. I went through all of my old Mambi chips. I don't even know if Mambi make these chips anymore, but I have a few of them, and I found this one. Usually with chipboard, if I'm using it in a journal, I will take the top layer off the chipboard so it doesn't bulk it up too much. But the Mambi chips are quite thin chipboard, and they're actually quite hard to take the top layer off, so I just stuck the whole thing in. I'm not too bothered about it, the bulk that it adds. It's not loads and loads. But that's going to be it for that spread. I went back and added my journaling in the little journaling spot I created for myself off camera. So these next pages, the picture was taken the next day after the hockey game. We went for breakfast at this really nice cafe and have just this lovely picture of all of us together. There's a page or a paper in the Turn the Page collection that has all these coffee cups on them, and as I know I'm going to sound probably a bit ridiculous here, but that cafe, I had the best flat white I've ever had in my life. So I look at that picture and obviously I'm like, oh, lovely family time, but I also mostly think about that incredible flat white. So I'm going with a very coffee theme, or coffee and tea hot drink theme for these pages. So I used some sort of funky edge scissors to cut that side of the paper, just give it a little something interesting. They came in a set from Amazon. They're obviously designed for kids. Like there's the usual pinking sheer shape, but then there's like waves and funny things, and I just enjoy playing with them because I am a child. And I'm using tea dye a lot on this page. It kind of helps towards the whole coffee themed element. And so having the cups on one side of the page like that, I thought I would take all these fussy cut cups and kind of make my own patterned paper on the other side. I didn't cut them for this project. I'd already pre-fussy cut them a long time ago. What I used to do with collections is, if there were really obvious pages to fussy cut, I would just sit and fussy cut out all of the things and put them in little plastic baggies and have them ready to go. I don't do that anymore. I tend to fussy cut as and when needed, but sometimes my old way of doing it comes in handy for my newer project, because I'm like, oh, look at all these embellishments that 3 years ago Grace made. Thank you, Grace, from 3 years ago. I'm going around the edges of everything with, oh, what's the name of it? Oh, that's the one, brushed corduroy. It's just a tad bit darker than the tea dye and helps all my elements stand out from the page where I've blended the tea dye onto the pages. And as you can see, I've kind of tried to do a pattern of those cups in a way where some of them are coming off the page. Obviously, I just snip those off the edges, have some of them going underneath where the photo is going to be. I added colour to the edges of the photo because I left a tiny white border around the photo where I'd printed it off, and then used this pink paper to back it as well. But I added so much of the Distress Oxide, I can't remember which colour I used for the photo, but whichever one it was, it mostly hid the pink and you still have this sort of brownish coffee effect. Adding various stickers. I'm also using the Paige Evans sticker book that came out however long ago to add various little bits around the photo. There's the journaling spot pack that came with this collection, and there was this really cute one that's like a little file folder and says date, and I thought the navy blue of that would look nice with the other navy blues and browns that I've got on the page. I did kind of part back it on this 3x4 journaling card though with the grey. Just gives it a little bit of extra something. It looked a bit floaty and lost if I just stuck it down by itself. And also this cute little speech bubble with the gold foil. I don't know, I just thought that looked cute there. And I'm going to add a few little extra embellishments onto this card. I didn't have loads and loads to add journaling wise for this picture, so I'm going to fill up a lot of the journaling spot with some stickers and stuff, so it doesn't look too empty. So if you only have a few lines of stuff to actually journal, if you fill up the space with other stickers and stuff, it doesn't look so plain and boring and blank. I'm adding splatters here. This is Distress Stain in Tarnished Brass, I think, so a lovely sort of metallic-y brown that again really helps towards the general coffee effect of the pages. And is that going to be it for the pages? This one came together so quickly, I couldn't believe how quickly this one, it was like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes max. I was like, whoa, this never happens to me. But there it is. I'm really pleased with both of these pages. They are very, very different from each other, but using the same collection. You've got like the young, fun, sporty, bright one, and then like the more coffee, ever so slightly vintage vibe one. I don't know, just really happy with them. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Links to the distress oxides and stuff that I used will be in the description box. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and chat to me down in the comments. Always love talking to you. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. Thank you again. Bye bye.